Barrett-Jackson's 2024 Scottsdale Fall Auction, presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos, showcased an outstanding lineup of muscle cars, underscoring their status as some of the most sought-after vehicles in the world. And as always, the world's greatest collector car auctions delivered an unforgettable experience for enthusiasts and collectors alike. So let's take a look at the top 10 sellers presented by Meguiar's. At number 10 on our muscle car list, we have the 1970 Chevelle SS 396 Convertible, dressed up in tuxedo black with a 396 cubic inch 375 horsepower engine.
Next, across the box, a 1970 Chevelle SS 396 Convertible. Now, this beautiful convertible's finished in tuxedo black, powered by a solid lifter, L78, 396 cubic inch, 375 horsepower engine, made it to a Muncie M21 close ratio 4-speed transmission.
200 pound, 100 to buyer. 100, 150, 17, 17, and I. So, $115,000.
Coming in at number 9, another Chevelle, but this one's an SS LS6, fully restored and packing a real LS6 454 under the hood. It's been in California for 30 years and even comes with the original build sheet. Moving along, a 1970 Chevelle SS LS6.
All right, so this is not an LS swap like all the resto mods we have seen before. This is an LS6. LS6, the factory option code for this engine. 454 cubic inches. This one with a split bench seat, as was standard, and a floor shifter. And as the Hammer is sold, we show you the broadcast sheet that was found underneath the rear seat. This is when this car went down the assembly line. This would tell the workers what equipment and what options to put in it. So that provenance, man, that's bulletproof.
Sliding in at number 8, how about a 1969 Mustang Boss 302, one of just 194 made in Wimbledon white. Big money on the block right now for a 1969 Mustang Boss 302.
Well, there should be. This is the car that Ford built to homologate to race in the Trans Am Series, which was won by Boss 302s, driven by Parnelly Jones and George Fulmer for famed car owner Bud Moore. Hammered, sold at $123,000.
Lucky number 7 on our list of top muscle cars from the fall Barrett-Jackson auction is a 1970 Olds 442. It's a W30. Not only does it have its original matching numbers engine, it still has the original sheet metal and the interior.
Now, this is one of the more desirable versions of the 442, the W30 option with the dual scoop hood and particularly the inner fender liners, which are plastic and are red. Does that add any function? No, but it really looks kind of cool. But the W30 does add a lot more performance to the 442.
Since they started with such a nice body, everything's straight. There's no filler to sort of crack underneath with time as it goes by. So yeah, starting with a high quality platform to begin with, and the results are something that lasts. Wow.
$125,000 for a real deal 442 W30 1970 Oldsmobile. At number 6, we've got a 1967 Shelby GT500. Finished in its original lime green, this classic muscle car still has its Shelby tag and an upgraded 428 cubic inch engine. 1967 Shelby GT500.
Well, in this case, the fiberglass hood is completely appropriate and functional to a Shelby build. Lime green is how the color is described. It's not quite the ivy gold that we occasionally see, so it's a little bit different. Now, this engine has been upgraded to a 428 CJ block, but correctly date-coded, which means they found an engine block that could have been produced for this car, say a couple of months before the car rolled on the assembly line. So just trying to keep it real.
Maybe upgrade that stereo, let that old cassette in there, and then you have a really fun driver, but a real deal Shelby. Very cool.
Very original, $135,000, and the bidder assistants get a big hug from the Shelby with the Shelby jacket. I know, right about now you're thinking these cars are awesome, and if you'd like to see more, well, just like and subscribe down below. We're halfway through the list, and at number 5, it's a 1966 Chevrolet Corvette Custom with a 555 horsepower LS3 engine.
Up on the block, big money for a 66 Corvette Custom, over 200,000 bid.
Todd Compton Classic Corvettes built this one. Not a stock color, Blue Mountain Mist. But look underneath the bumpers. That front air dam is something no Stingray was ever born with, but should have had, because we now know that helps reduce front end lift.
Yeah, modern LS under the hood of this one, and I like that they retained the 1966 hood. They didn't go with the 67 Stingray look that's much more popular. Side exit exhaust, just very well done.
$210,000, probably $230,000, I guess, apparently, for the final price for that 1966 Corvette.
Revving into number 4, how about a 1969 Camaro Z28 RS? Got the original 302 engine, a Muncie 4-speed, and I love the Cortez silver.
We got a new number 1 seller on the day, a 1969 Camaro Z28 RS. It's a 302, 290 cubic inches, original matching numbers car, Cortez silver. It is sold for $237,000.
200 and 200,000 and now 237 and 40,000. Wouldn't say Jody and now $240,000 and the last and final call and $240,000 and a half. Sold 237,000.
Come on, Scottsdale, make some noise out there on Super Saturday.
Taking the 3rd spot on our list of the top 10 muscle cars from the fall Barrett-Jackson auction is a 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. This Hemi orange beast still has its original 440 6-pack.
Here's a 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. We do have a special guest. Dave Wise is going to tell us more about the car.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. This is a numbers matching 440 6-pack 4-speed build sheet, original trim tag. It has my elite level report. I don't look at many like this that are this clean. This is one you can't miss.
All right, $200,000 a bit here. $200,000 here. 25, 50. I'm a 255. I'm a 255. All hand. Have it done. I'm at 50. 5 at night. Sold 250,000. Jody.
Runner-up, number 2, is the ultra-rare 1970 Mustang Mach 1 Twister Special, one of only 9 built that has both a 351 and a 4-speed.
Here's on number 756, specialist update on the 1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1 Twister Special. Now this is one of only 9 350 cubic inch 4-speeds produced with the Twister Special package. It's only one of only 9 known to exist, ladies and gentlemen, of 96 Twister Specials.
And 290, which one you got in? And 290, and 290,000 out down about to get 85 with Jody. And now 90 and a half. Sold for $285,000, Jody.
And finally, the king of the Barrett-Jackson Fall Auction as the number 1 muscle car was a 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429, one of just 857 built that year.
Up on the block now, a 1969 Boss 9.
Well, it's nothing less than the greatest Mustang ever. Ford wanted to homologate the Boss 429 engine for NASCAR, but for some reason they chose not to put it in the Ford Torino they were racing in NASCAR, but rather to shoehorn it into the 69 Mustang.
Yeah, we just tied as the number 1 seller of the day, and I have a feeling it's not done yet. We'll see. Yes, it is now the number 1 seller and still moving. $420,000 for a 1969 Mustang Boss 429.
Well, thank you for tuning in to our top 10 muscle cars presented by Meguiar's from the Barrett-Jackson 2024 Scottsdale Fall Auction. Remember to click here or here to watch more auction action.